Brandon, how are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
Pretty good.
Good. I was wanting to talk about the transgender community and how they kind of get a bad rap in the theist area, and they seem to be pretty well accepted in the atheist communities.
Mostly.
Yeah, mostly.
Unfortunately, I can cite some past calls we've had where there's a lot of resistance to that, even in the atheist community. But for the most part, I think that atheists have been pretty good about accepting what people see as their own gender identities.
Yeah, I would agree too that I can't paint with too broad of a brush that I'm dating a Christian that accepts it.
Mm-hmm. Good.
So I'm wondering how we can expand the open-mindedness into the theist community.
I think I'm interested in expanding acceptance of transgender people broadly, but the theist community is not my particular problem. I mean, like I said, I'm interested in expanding acceptance of transgender people in a broad sense, but I'm not accepting responsibility for what theists do.
Yeah, when you set out to change the mind of the public on a broad issue, you have to look at how you can present it in the most efficient way so that you can get as many people as possible to support your claims in the end. And I think that if you go at this problem trying to focus specifically on religious people, like that's a dimension of belief that has nothing to do with transgenderism. And what you really want to do is try to reach as many people as possible and convince them that there are good reasons for supporting identifying people the way they would like to be identified, because that's just basic human kindness.
Yeah.
And leave religion out of it altogether. Hopefully, if you are persuasive enough, then a lot of the more liberal religious types, like your girlfriend, will come along with you. But that's a side effect. I don't see why we would need to focus on the religious community in particular.
Yeah.
Unless you have a good reason.
Well, I've seen that a lot of people have a problem coming out to their families and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And it was said to me that once you get rid of the religious aspect of persecuting, that it's pretty hard to find another reason.
So there are two issues here. There are two equally good goals that we can be working towards. One is promoting the acceptance and well-being and support of transgender people in general. And the other is, if religion is standing in the way of that first goal, then it is, I say, a good thing to undermine the support of religion in general over time, because that will lead to support for the goal of people being more accepting in general. And that doesn't mean, outlawing religion or any particular religion or anything like that. It just means that we would like, in general, for people to come to a place where they value critical thinking and rationality and compassion for different kinds of people enough that they don't need religion as a crutch, and in turn that religion will not hinder the kinds of compassionate positions that we take on the kind of thing you're talking about.
I agree with that.
Okay.
I think that helped me a lot. Thank you guys. You guys do a good job.
All right.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Brandon. Our final caller is going to be Jamar in Buffalo, New York.
So on that same note, I think one of the most important things we can do, those of us in atheist communities, is make sure that if someone, a transgender person or anyone out there has been abused by a religious community, that we have a community that can welcome and support people, and basically accept them as, however they identify.
Yes.
We welcome them into the community and accept them for the people they are. And so I think that's our responsibility as atheist communities. It's not our responsibility to go out there and change theist communities in particular.
That's very well said. And I do think, some might dispute the idea that we as atheists have any responsibility to do anything because, atheism only technically means you don't believe in a God. And so, we shouldn't impose other beliefs on other people.
Yeah.
But I think that in order to be a cohesive and attractive community that will help people find more support once they've taken the step of leaving religion, like some of our earlier callers have been dealing with, like Gabrielle has struggled with. It is a good idea to present a face to the world of atheism, not only as people who are technically atheists and that's all we are, but as a group of people that are worth joining and getting to know.
Right.